Hello everybody, GrayStillPlays, and we're checking out a new game for the channel called Terroir, a wine-making tycoon game. It's a tycoon game, but it has wine in it, which means that two things are going to happen. One, we're going to make fat stacks of cash, and two, I'm probably going to pronounce everything wrong. I have a hard enough time pronouncing English words right. Now I have to pronounce French words? That's not going to happen. Let us begin with a new game. I'm going to have links in the description below. This was out on early access. I was messing around with it back on early access. It has come a long way. It's very, I don't know, it's like very soothing. It's a soothing game, except it's soothing in the way that you can watch your entire life savings get flushed down the drain as you screw up a crop of grapes and then probably toss yourself off of one of the beautiful cliff sides that dot the country over here. We're gonna play on standard difficulty, 35,000 starting budget. Pests, rot, and overexposure chances are normal. I know a little bit about this game, but it's been a while since I played. Like, I understand the gameplay of it, but there's a lot to it. Like, it's very deep in the actual wine creation, so you have to understand your acid, and your tannins, and your sweetness, and your bottles, and all that kind of stuff. For the name of our vineyard, you know it's going to have seagulls in it somewhere. Seagulls are good at two different things. Stealing your burger when you're at the beach and making wine. So let's do this. We're going to do seagulls best. It's like Milwaukee's best, but slightly more avian. Whoa! Nope. Thank you, ma'am. So we don't really need a tutorial right now because I've already gone through it to reacquaint myself with all different things. We can move our little tiles. I was going to say like tablets. We can move our tiles around as we do. We can purchase different areas. Now, the cool thing about this game, let us go ahead and plant right now. The cool thing about this game is that there is a randomness to everything in the game, and I actually like that. Like, tycoon games are cool because you get the opportunity to make money and have a business and stuff like that, but business is not always linear. And sometimes things outside of your control happen, and I really appreciate the fact that they do that in this game. So you can have the Sauvignon over here. I wish they had the pronunciations like right next to all the different wines, because I'm going to screw this up in magnificent fashions. And then we have the Chardonnay. I can pronounce Chardonnay, so I think we're going to go with that one. Chardonnay is a workhorse of both new and old world vineyards, owing to their relative hardiness and ability to reflect the terroir in rich flavors. From new winemakers to century-old estates, cool things happen, and then the Chardonnay is the best. All right, so we're going to go ahead and plant that. We have some other things up here. I think this is our instructional handbooklet. We got the Rural Development Bank. Welcome to the Rural Development Bank, where we assist farm owners and entrepreneurs in turning their ambitions into reality, and then probably taking giant cuts and oh, the interest rates, here we go. I was going to say, probably stacking up the interest rates, and they actually have it in here. And make a nice fat profit from the huge interest rates and administration fees. Yeah, we're not going to use that right now. But if you were about to lose everything you had, I could totally understand why you might do that. We have ambient objects over here. So this is the stuff that you could put down to make your terroir your own. And there is a lot of stuff. Like, look at this. There's a freaking canoe. And campfires, and lighthouses, and wine presses, and vats, and tractors, and wheelbarrows, and huts, and crates, and piers, and all that kind of stuff. So you can have all that as well. And then over here, this is where we can upgrade our actual estate, which we do want to do, because as you upgrade stuff, you can get more things. So a lot of the stuff is locked because we're level 1, and we want to get to level 2. We'll get more barrel storage, more bottle storage, but the monthly maintenance cost may go up. And then underneath over here, right here is where the magic happens. This is where all our bottles and barrels happen. We'll check that out in a little bit. So for right now, one of the things that we have to do is we have to balance our ripeness. And there's a couple of ways to do this. You can kind of just keep it at like a 1 and then stack yourself right at the end. That's not always the best way to do it, though, because you end up getting fungal rot, which eats away at a lot of your profits. So like right now, it is raining like crazy. And every day that we're over, well, every month I should say, that we're at a 1, our potential for fungal rot goes up and up. What is with the rains? Holy crap, spring has sprung is right. Now, all these tiles, when I was talking about like the random stuff, oh man, it is raining every month. All these tiles are all random. So we have a little forest over here, which is actually quite nice. The forest gives any tiles that are nearby an extra fertility bonus. So we may actually think about buying that tile over there to put down a different type of wine. What is going on here? Yeah, see right there, fungal rot. Because holy crap, it did not stop raining at all. And this is actually why I like the game. Because it's not just, okay, this is getting ridiculous now. We're going to, how do I want to do this? We're in June right now. Fungal rot is still, the fungal rot is not going away. Let's see what July brings. If July is still raining, I'm going to cut this back all, you know what? Let's just trim it back all the way. Because we need to get our ripeness up to like a 4 to a 6. And holy God, I've never seen this before. I have never seen it rain all year round. Are we gonna die in a giant flood? That's what it looks like is happening right here. I'm toiling away, trying to keep the rain away. It's already July. Oh, finally. Oh, look what's finally done. The rain. Oh, it's cloudy now. Excellent. So we have to wait from September to November to harvest our grapes. You can see we've been getting hit by friggin' fungal rot every month because it was just rain for days. We picked the wrong place to grow grapes in, but don't you boys worry. We're going to make this happen one way or the other. So what I'm going to do is we could harvest them right now, but I'm going to let it sit for a minute. I'm going to let it sit to see if we can get a little bit more tonnage. We're at a 6 right now. Yeah, we need to grab it. So I'm going to go ahead and grab it. We got eaten a lot by the fungal rot, but our harvest report is really good. If you can keep your ripeness between a 4 and a 6, you get this right here, which gives us an extra star to our wine rating. And yes, your wine has to be rated by snooty schmucks that assign it a 1 to 5 stars. And if you get 5 stars, obviously you get more money when you sell it. So now we have to work on preparing our wine for the taste testers and then for the distributors. So over here we have crushing. We only have one thing that we can do right now, which is to beat it with our feet. There's also the traditional crusher, the motorized crusher. So, but again, we need to get higher level in order to even get those. Now, each one of these does something. So this one over here increases the tannins by 2, which is fine. With a Chardonnay, you want to shoot right for between the 6s and 7s, it looks like. So we're going to go ahead and do this. And now we're crushing the living crap out of the grapes over there with our tootsers. And now it's barrel time. Every 2 weeks of fermentation decreases the sweetness by 1. I shouldn't say barrel time, it's fermentation time. So wine, like all alcoholic drinks, needs to ferment. Your wine's sweetness will change depending on how long you ferment it. So we're looking for a sweetness of right around 6 to 8. So we don't want it to go down. So we want less than 2 weeks. You can see you can do it, I think, up to 2 months. Yep, up to 2 months. But we're going to want it less than 2 weeks, so it's already done. And we need our acidity up. Right now, our acidity is a 5. We want it at a 7. So we need to press some of the juice. For every 10% pressed juice, we get an acidity of 1 extra. So let's go ahead and bring this down to about 20. That should give us an acidity of 7. And I think I'm going to be pretty happy with that. I think I'll be pretty happy with this batch. Over here's the barreling and the aging. We only have the common French oak. Decreases acidity by 1 and tannins by 2 for every month that you leave it stored. So we don't want to leave this stored at all, basically. And then over here, you can see acidity by 1, tannins by 3. Acidity by 1, tannins by 2, but stops at the ideal acidity and tannin for your grape. That's amazing. Like, to have this stop on its own is fantastic, but all we can do is the French oak. So let's do the French oak. And now we don't want it sitting there for very long. I don't know why I clicked on that. I just wanted to see our estate reports, I guess. Right away, we want to sell this stuff. You can see we're at a 7, 6, 7, 7. I'm pretty happy about that. So let's go ahead and bottle it. Now you can do corks or screw caps. What does it do? It increases the cost of the bottle quite a bit. Does it allow you to get more money from the bottle? I don't really know. I know that sometimes the appropriate bottle and the appropriate top will have your wine perform much better than normal. For right now, we're only going to be using 1-star folks, so let's just do a screw cap to make as much money as we can. The Chardonnay, let's see, what kind of bottle should we have? This bottle right here I think would be nice. Right over here. So now that we've got our bottles prepared, we got 360 bottles. It is a very, very good bottle of wine right now. It gets a +1 to star rating. organize the taste testing. We got Boris Meow, Fernbosch, and El Scortito. You can see El Scortito over here, probably one of the most inspired names I've ever seen in wine. So here we go. The verdict is in. The reviewers invited to the wine taste testing have written reviews, good or bad. The word is out now, and the price of your wine has been determined by the words of a few, albeit powerful critics. Everyone gave it 5 stars. It's delectable. First sip to final swig. It's big money time, boys. So now it's time to sell. So this is the other part of the game. We have to manage our distributor relations with all these different people, except for these people. These guys over here are like the back alley wine companies. Basically, they will buy your wine no matter how craptastic it is, but they'll sell it at almost nothing. So for these guys here, if we get our fingers good in, strong and powerful, that sounded terrible. If we get in deep, that sounds bad too. If we get on the good side of these folks, we get some like worker benefits. It doesn't take as much actions. If we get ourselves in good with these folks, we get to sell all of our wine bottles to them, no matter how much we have. And then if we get in good with these folks, we get 10% more per wine. So I think I'm going to get in with these folks. Now, you can, I think, balance everyone. One of the ways that I was doing it was what I would do is put like, how many do we have total? 360? So let's do 180 from them. And then I would do a little bit less than 10% of everyone else. I think you can actually do 10% and get things going. I think you may even be able to do 30%, but I'm not 100% sure. It kind of changed from what it used to be to what it currently is. Let's try this. Okay, so everyone's relations just went up to 2. We want everyone's relations up to 5. So that's something we're going to work on. So now we're done. Everyone, for the most part, is happy. This is going to go down. We're going to start making a little bit of money, but one of the things that we're probably going to want to do is immediately buy another area over here and start planting more stuff. So let's go over here. The tile type is loam. Again, you can re-roll your tile types, by the way, should you want to. But I don't think we're going to go ahead and do that. I think we're going to stick with the loam. So let's just do that. And, oh, 20,000 to add that tile. Holy God. Okay, maybe we won't be doing that right now. We're going to need a lot more money. Now, one of the things that you do get, which is really cool, they added this chest over here. As you get 5-star wines, you get the ability to pull from chance and circumstance. So basically how it works is this is more of the cool randomization that I love about this game. If you do the chance, something cool happens now. And if you do the circumstance, something cool will happen later. I think. I don't know. It's totally possible that you could get friggin' hammered and hate your life. But let's find out. Let's do it. Let's do this. Now the RNG gods are going to go ahead and spin. And now we have to pick chance or circumstance. Let's start with the chance.
Online banking error in your favor.
Okay. So thanks to the fantastically voiced... Did that guy sound a lot like... Oh, what's the guy from the Family Guy? The guy in the wheelchair. Sounded a lot like that dude. We got an extra $1,800 from that. So that's kind of cool. We're going to do circumstance next. So right over here, when you see this means that we can continue to sell more wine. And we do want to sell as much of it as we can. We still have 144 bottles. So let's go over here and start selling. You can see right now the distributor relations went down a little bit. That happens... They're going to go down all the time because we're favoring someone, but because we're selling 5-star wine to them, they are going to continue to kind of have a positive relationship in that way. So let's go ahead and sell the full 86 over here, and then we'll sell... Let's try something different. We're going to try less than 10%. We'll do 7 and 7 over there. That leaves us with 44. Let's try that. Okay, so we're at 4, 3, and 3 now. So we're slowly starting to work our way up there. Once we get to a 5 in everyone, it loses stuff a lot less quickly. So that's kind of cool. So right now, we still don't have enough money to really buy anything. You can click on this empty lot and construct any one of these buildings. And there's a lot of... Look at this. We can have a friggin' tavern. A tavern is a place to enjoy a nice meal, a nice conversation, and the best sourced wine locally. The wine sold here earns you 40% more than the retail price. And highly rated wines earn you the best monthly renown. So we definitely want that. And look at this. The remains of a medieval castle, a symbol of the region's rich past. Not only do they add mystique to your estate, but they attract more visitors hungry for culture and history. All adjacent taverns will buy an additional 400 bottles from you. So essentially, you want like a castle surrounded by friggin' taverns. And then you also have the work office. The work office is cool because that's where we get to research a bunch of new stuff like pesticides and how to shear our stuff quicker and how to shear multiple vineyards all at once. Like right now, things are pretty simplistic, right? Because all that's happening is we only have one vineyard right now. We only have, well, we are a vineyard, but we only have like one area that is getting any kind of growth. Once we get an area with a lot more growth, we're going to have to deal with that. Now, right now, you can see the rain is still coming down very, very heavily. It rained all the time. What do we got? Optimal foliage. I'm going to leave it on optimal right now. Let's go back to our sales to see if we can get rid of all this wine. I want to get rid of all this wine as quickly as possible. Oh, and by the way, the higher rating, the quicker the wine sells. So something else to note. We're going to do 31, and then we'll do... let's do just like 1 and 1 over here and see what that does. Okay. So right now we just got a 5-star rating. So now they're going to buy wines at 10% more from now on. That's pretty cool. So I'm very happy about that. We're going to go ahead and leave that go. And okay, good. Finally, we're not, it's cloudy right now, but where it's not raining all the time. We're probably still going to get hit with fungal rot. I could try. Oh, yeah, we got to, hold on. We got to cut this down. We got to cut this back big time. There we go. Let's get it right around there. We're probably still going to get hit with fungal rot. But, like I said, if we can eventually get to the point where we're not... Oh, it's cloudy. Looks like we can sell more wine. So let's make sure to do that. Sell as much as we can. We have 11 bottles left. So they're still waiting to sell 16 bottles. Now I wonder, if I sell to these people without selling anything to this guy... will my amount go down? I really don't know. So I'm like a lot of this I'm just testing. So let's try, you know what? I'm going to sell a little bit more to these people. Let's see what happens. Okay, good. So now we have 5s all around. So now, as long as your distributor relations are at a 5, all worker actions except clear forest and plant forest are free, which is amazing. As long as your distributor, you can sell 100% of your bottles, and then Krupp doesn't give you anything. So I'm not really like super worried about trying to impress them. All right, we are in summer. Fungal rot is finally gone. But you can see our ripeness starting to shoot up very quickly. And this is what you're always worried about because it rains so heavily in the springtime. And then it's just like clear. Okay, cloudy. That's actually pretty fortunate. We're going to want it to be September real soon here. We don't want to go above a 6 right now. There we go. Right here, we had a little over a ton of grapes that time. 5s all across the board, except for sweetness, which is a 6. I'm pretty happy about that. We get a +1 to our rating, so we should be doing just fine. Let us begin the crushing. And this is pretty much how we're going to do. Now, one of the things I definitely want to do is be able to buy another tile so we can start getting twice as many grapes going out. The sweetness is fine, so let's just ferment for less than 2 weeks. We want our acidity up by 2. So let's go ahead and do that right there. And now we're at a 7.677. That is absolutely perfect for the Chardonnay. So now let's get it taste tested. I have no doubt that we are, well, first we have to bottle it. And I have no doubt that we are going to get a high rating on this. Oh, we can name it whatever we want, by the way. So we can call this one, Siegel's Best Light. There you go. Screw cap or cork. Let's just keep it on the screw cap for right now. Let's go with the big bottle at the end. I like this bottle. Looks cool. There we go. And now let's get the organized taste testing. Now, every time you impress the taste testers, you're going to get someone more powerful that you can invite to the taste testing. And I would always get the most powerful people you can. So now we have Caleb Ilahi? I don't know. Either way, you can only pick 3. 3 stars all around. The wine price continues to go up. I think we're going to cork the next one. I'm curious to see how corking does it. You can see right now we're at about 21 bucks. I think $29 over here if we sell it to Manhattan, which I definitely want to. So let us go ahead and sell as many as we can to them. And then everyone else is going to get the leftovers. Sorry, guys. But the reality is, Gray does want to make as much stacks as he can. So there we go. And those should sell out fairly quickly. And if they sell out in time, we're going to be able to buy a brand new tile. Oh, and I said I was going to do this. Let's do it. Chance and circumstance. Let's do a circumstance this time and see what we get. So I've gotten a couple things. I've gotten like the mayor's coming for a drink. I've gotten like the army needs rations. Circumstance.
The town's mayor has
Yes!
heard about your vineyard and would like to pay a visit. It's a good opportunity to impress him with some of your finest wines.
Okay, once you've
Once you have
crafted the finest
perfect
wine, invite him over.
the mayor over for an
Got it.
afternoon in your
Oh,
estate's
hold on.
grounds for a glass or two.
Ooh, I actually have some left.
You might just...
There we go. So we have some seagulls light over here. The mayor should be coming shortly, which would be awesome. And I think that if the mayor comes and we impress him, we get like a town grant or something like that. So we should have some seagulls best for him. When he gets over here, it's October right now. Let's go ahead and move things along over here. I don't know how long it takes him to come. I think he came on his own. I don't think I did anything to force him over here. Ooh, 30,000 right now. Yeah, let's go ahead. I'm going to buy this tile right here. And now
the mayor arrived at your chateau.
Oh, here we go.
With excitement. You give him a tour of the grounds, and with the afternoon sun preparing to sink below the horizon, you uncork a bottle of your wine. You pour him a glass. Watch him savor the aromas.
Yes.
He takes a sip at first, then a gulp. He closes his eyes, as if suddenly hearing the voices of angels.
Yes!
In his mind, he is taken back to a time when things were more simple, and all one had to do to get by was smile. He opens his eyes and simply says, "Good. It's good. Looks like you did well."
Right there, it's Emperor Palpatine. Good. Release your wine. Release your anger. We got a lot of money for that. I am super happy about this. Okay, so that turned out to be pretty good. This tile over here, I think I'm gonna keep it as it is. I kind of want to re-roll some of these tiles. $1,000 to re-roll a tile. You boys think we can get something cool attached to these two tiles? Let's try it. We got a lake. That's actually pretty cool. So the lake gives us immunity to that thing, to all the adjacent tiles, which is pretty cool. The forest would also be very good. I definitely wouldn't look a gift forest in the mouth. We could also buy another one over here. Ooh, that's sandy, is it? Ooh, hold on. Let's go ahead and do this. So we planted the Chardonnay. Should we try the Sauvignon? Kind of wonder if we should. This way we have something a little bit different for both. The Sauvignon, and from what I've seen, you want to keep everything right around a 6. So very close to the Chardonnay, actually. If we have both, we can submit them to try and win awards and stuff like that. So, yeah, you know what? Why not? Let's have 2 different grape varieties. Let's do it. What's the worst that can happen? Let's go back over here and make sure that we sell any of the additional wines that we haven't yet sold. We have 20 left. So we should have no problem selling any of this. Manhattan, I know you guys are giving me fantastic numbers for my wines. So let's go ahead and do that. And then we'll do a 2 over here and a 3 over here. And because everyone's at 5s and we're selling 5-star wines, everyone should be very happy about this arrangement. All right, so you make things a little harder on yourself by selecting different wines, but I thought it'd be cool, so why not? So right now we have 2 different areas that we're dealing with in ripeness. We're dealing with a 5 right now in our Chardonnay and a 4 in the Sauvignon. And right now, the weather not playing along very good. We don't want to get overexposure. So if we can get a little bit of rain game, I would love just a little bit of rain. You're not raining for me, game. You're not. Okay, so now we have overexposed, and it stopped producing. That makes me sad. As a matter of fact, I think we're going to get overexposure for both. But what can you do? Oh, we're getting some rain. Thank you, God. We're getting some rain. Oh, there's no bottles left. Although they can start buying, there's nothing for us to do. I'm going to allow time to go a little bit faster here. We'll see how things go. Rain, cloudy. Okay, I like the cloudiness. I could do with a little bit more rain, though, if possible. Yes. Good. Let's get that ripeness down, boys. There we go. We're at a ton. We're a little over a ton now. All right, we're over in July. Looking pretty slick. Still cloudy, looking clear. Okay. I'm going to, let's go ahead and trim this back just a little bit, because right now things are pretty average. There we go. And we can get probably a little bit more. Come on, 1.8 tons right now. Let's keep it going. I want 2 tons of grapes, boys. 2 tons of grapes. A 4 and a 5. Okay. All right. Let's move this down about like that. And let's move this down as well. And there we go. Autumn is here. Let's go ahead and pick them. We've got a 2.2, and the ripeness was pretty good. In fact, both of them, oh, this one is not as ripe as it could have been. So this one over here, our Sauvignon, didn't get the best possible. It's possible it changed on me too. Like I said, if you keep it between a 4 and a 6, you're good. But if you don't get that way, you're not going to get the plus to the grapeage right over there. That's right, though. Let's see what we can do. So over here, let's start with, well, we only have one way to do everything. All right, we got that all done. Now, what are we dealing with for the numbers over here? Acidity needs to go up. The sweetness, the tannins, and the body. Let's see, this decreases the sweetness. So we don't want to decrease the sweetness. Actually, I don't want to decrease the sweetness on either of these. So we're going to leave those for 2 weeks of fermentation. We do need to bring the acidity up a little bit. So for the Chardonnay, as normal, we want it up by at least 2. And then this, actually, I'm going to want both these up by 2. So let's go ahead and begin doing that right there. The pressing is complete. And now for the barreling, 7.677 looks pretty good. And 6s all around. That's right about what I want for the most part. I don't know if it's going to be absolutely perfect, but I think it's going to be pretty darn close. So let's go ahead and barrel them. Back over here to the underground. And now it is time to bottle, which we will. And you know what? Let's see here. For the Chardonnay, I'm going to go with this one again. And yeah, I'm going to go with the screw cap, or the cork rather. I'm going to go with the cork this time. So let's go ahead and do that over there. And then for our Sauvignon, let's go, what do I want to do for this? Let's do, now I can't remember what bottle is best for this, if there even is a difference. Let's do, you know what, I'm going to cork this one as well, just to see if it can help us out a little bit. So $4,200 for the bottling cost for that. That's fine. Back over here to our bottles. Organize the taste testing. I'm very confident in our Chardonnay. Very confident in our Chardonnay. And I should have been confident because it's $23.90 for the wine price. 5 stars all around. It's perfect. Now, the Sauvignon, I don't know. I'm going to give it to some pretty tough taste testers. Oh, we got 5s on it as well. We got 5s all around. That's fantastic. Okay, cool. So we actually ended up doing very well. Oh, I'm so happy about that. Okay, so the stacks are going to start rolling in. The stacks are going to start rolling in. $32 for this wine right now. $32. Let's give these guys 90 and these guys 90. And we'll go ahead and sell. And then we're done. And I think we have to wait to sell these before we can sell the other ones. So we're just going to let that happen for right now. And while we're at it, let's go ahead and do a chance or circumstance. Let's do it. Let's do another chance this time. We'll see what our chance gives us. What do you got for me? What do you got for me, Chance?
An unexpected drought is sweeping across your vineyard's locale. The land is parched.
4 consecutive instances of sunny skies. Well, crap. All right. That's good and bad. At least we know what it's going to be. So that's okay, I guess. Let's go ahead and, do I want to add this tile or do I want to add another vineyard? Let's add this tile. I feel like adding a tile because that's going to branch out our area. You are not stuck in this little tiny area, by the way. This thing goes out forever. So as we continue to build up our vineyard, we're going to expand indefinitely. I think that there is eventually a level that you cannot expand beyond. But if there is, I haven't reached it quite yet. All right, let's see how the year looks. All right, we're at 36,000 over here. What do we got? We got clay. I want more loam. Let's do that. Let's add this. Let's go ahead and plant real quick. And I'm going to plant another Chardonnay. Because like I said, our Chardonnay, I kind of know what I'm doing for the most part. Do we have any bottles left to sell? I don't think we have anything left to sell. Yeah, we've sold everything. So everything turned out pretty good. We're sitting at about $15,000 right now, which is not bad. Well, $14,000. Now, it costs you money for every tile that you own. So, and now notice that since I have 2 chunks of Chardonnay right now, it is both they're both combined under one Chardonnay area. Now I'm kind of curious. I thought it said we were gonna have a lot of sun. I'm not actually seeing like an overly abundant amount of sun. In fact, I'm starting to see an overly abundant amount of rain, which is kind of interesting. Holy crap, we need to shear this stuff back. We need to shear this stuff back big time. Let's shear it back. We're gonna get fungal rot already. Already! The freaking fungal rot settles in. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and peel this back one more time all the way around. Yep, and it's a good thing I did, because look at this. Already with the freaking rain. There we go. Let's go ahead and push things through over here. Come on, get rid of that fungal rot for me. Get rid of the clouds, man. Where's some sunny skies at? There we go. There we go. That's what I wanted to see. Yes. Good. Good. We still have to get through August and then September. Oh, we got more rain coming in. Let's go ahead and start peeling this stuff back over here. Now, you're going to notice that this friggin' fungal rot is going to obliterate our tonnage right now. We should be getting a ton of tonnage. You know what it is. But we're not. Okay, hold on. We need to, it's time to start hitting things big time. So what we're going to do is we are going to shear all of this back as far as humanly possible. Oh, the rain! Stop with the rain! For the love of God! Stop it! Stop it! Stop with the rain! Okay. Trim this all the way back. Trim it all the way back. All the way back. All the way back. There we go. There we go. Okay. October, can I get a little bit of something? Can I get a little bit of something? I gotta say, for a terrible year in wine, we actually didn't turn out with batches that were that bad. Actually, everything's very balanced. I may be able to sell this. Never mind, I won't be able to sell it. I don't know why. For some reason, when I tried to put these wines in their casks or whatever, I just froze. So I went back and tried to do it again, and I froze again. So that's unfortunate. I kind of wanted to see how our wine was going to do. We're doing okay. I mean, I had to take $8 grand out of the bank, but I think that we were finally starting to get our vineyards to where they need to be. That said, if I had a tip for anyone, do not take the money out to buy a third vineyard until you have like an extra 50 grand in the bank, I would say, because I cut it way too close. And you probably shouldn't do that. I can't get off of, this is interesting. I can't get off of the pause or anything. I don't know. Maybe it's a bug. I'll let the developer know. Until the next time, folks. Hope you enjoyed Terroir. Stay foxy and much love.